So that fucking lady.
Yo, what's going on, guys? A little change of scenery. We'll be doing some technical analysis after this, but I did just want to make a video on another aspect of business. I know it's not related directly to crypto, but it does have some stuff to do with it. It is still business. It is about making money. As you guys can see, weather is terrible out. Lots of snow for all those who live in like Ireland and stuff. This is a little different. Walk into the car and I'll go in a little more detail about what exactly it is that I'm doing to make other means of money. As you can see, car is right there. We're gonna have to brush it off real quick and then we'll talk about it. Perks of living upstate is that there's mad snow everywhere, so gotta clean it off first and then we'll get on the way. As you guys can see, a package. And what this means, I will tell you as we drive to the post office here. I need to turn these on. Holy cow. That all-wheel drive, let's get it. There we go. Reference to the package that you saw me having, there's another way you guys can make money. Obviously, I know a lot of you guys are a little bit older than me, but for college students and younger people that are watching, as a hobby or something on the side that you can do, one way to make extra money is by something called drop shipping, or being the middleman for products. And in order to do that, basically you can go to different convenience stores, retailers, TJ Maxx, Marshalls, Walmart, things that can sell name brand products, Target. Look at what they're selling those products out at a discounted rate, and then go on eBay or Amazon. If you have an Amazon store, I prefer eBay, it's a little cheaper and easier, and find the prices of those products in stores and see if they are cheaper than what they are on eBay. And if they are, basically take those products and list them on eBay. And if they sell on eBay, what you can then do is go back to the store. Instead of buying it, go back to the store, buy the item, and you can use eBay and get a discount in a shipping label, and you can ship them out right there, and you can keep the net profit that's in between. So whatever it costs to buy it versus how much you sell, you keep the middle part. Obviously, take note that shipping does cost some money, so you have to figure out what the difference is in the middle there too. But that's what I do to make some side money, you know, money on the side. Another thing you can do is, if you don't even want to go to stores, you can do it, you know, straight from online. Basically what I mean by that is look at the difference in prices on Amazon, look at the different prices on eBay, and if you see that there's a difference in the middle, take that item and list it on the other, you know, retailer, online retailer, and sell it. And if it does sell, basically go onto like Amazon, put in their shipping label, buy it, and if you have Prime, it's free shipping. You can get it shipped directly to that person's house, and you get to keep the difference in the middle. And it's pretty cool, and it works fairly well. You just have to be good at it. I personally prefer to go to stores like TJ Maxx. I'm not going to tell you exactly what the item is that I bought because that is competition, but you can go to those stores, find really discounted name brand stuff, especially since the holidays are coming up. Online shopping is the highest it's ever been, Black Friday, etc. Find items that you think are, you know, good sellers and list them online. And when they sell, go back to the store, buy it, and then you can ship it out and you keep the middle. And that's pretty much what I've been doing, and it's pretty cool. If you find hot products, they'll sell within a day. And it's a really good way to make some side money, some small change to fill up your car or whatever. And it's a cool hobby to have. Otherwise, if you guys have any other cool, you know, niches that you do to make other money on the side, if it's relevant to, it doesn't even have to be relevant to cryptocurrency, because the core principle of this channel is money. The reason we do cryptocurrency is for money. So this is another way that you guys can make money on the side. My dad does real estate. If you guys were interested in learning about that, I could definitely have some stuff on this channel, kind of finding the direction of this, doing something a little different by talking about vlogging and driving around and stuff like that. But again, bringing it back, if you guys have any other methods of making money, feel free to leave a comment down below. This way we can all share it and I can try it. And otherwise, I'll see you guys in the TA portion of this video. Peace. All right, so hopefully you guys liked that little intro that I had. It's a little bit different than what I usually do. I wanted to, check out and see whether you guys liked more of a vlog, different type of approach to cryptocurrency. Like I said, the base and core reason for cryptocurrency is about money. So introducing some other ways to make profitable money on the channel is definitely some other route that I did want to, explore. Otherwise, let's move on with today's episode and the coin market cap. Otherwise, like I said, if you guys haven't already, make sure to subscribe, turn on post notification, leave a giant thumbs up, and let's move on with today's episode. So we do have a couple things to talk about. So I do want to talk about, as you saw in the title, really big news, actually. If this loads, here we go. It says we have Tom Lee slashes his year-end prediction for cryptocurrency. So he's a pretty big dude, relevant to CNBC. We've talked about him before. Not Charlie Lee. Don't get confused with Charlie Lee. He's not a brother or anything, even though I feel like some of you guys would think that. But Tom Lee, a big, investor, or he basically just reviews a lot of cryptocurrency. He as an analyst, I guess you could call it, he reviews Litecoin or cryptocurrency. He changed his prediction, and I feel like it's pretty big and pretty influential, and I do want to discuss that with you guys. But otherwise, let's look at this coin market cap first, then we'll do some technical analysis, look at stellar lumens once again. As you guys can see, coin market cap is 181 bill. Bitcoin dominance 52.8, 24-hour volumes 15.6. We have a much lower 24-hour volume, 15.6 compared to 21 billion yesterday. Bitcoin dominance, again, stayed the same. Market cap is slightly lower, but the volume is practically leaving this market. As you guys can see, out of the top 10 coins, only 2 seem to be fairly up, only by around 8%. Stellar seems to be one of them. The other ones are down by 1 to 4%. Quite a bit, actually. Bitcoin down 1.4 at 5,500. XRP down 1.1 at 0.46. Ethereum 173 down 3%. And then Litecoin down 3% at $42. So we're definitely seeing, you can see the massive sell-off that we had, a massive drop in the currency, in the coin. Very interesting at that. And now we're kind of flatlining, stabilizing out, getting more into a neutral level, and kind of finding our head to explain it otherwise. But let's just move on to this article really quick by CNBC. It says Wall Street crypto bull Tom Lee slashes year-end Bitcoin price forecast by nearly in half, by half. So I think that on its own is pretty wild. The fact that a big guy like this, especially on CNBC, whether you guys are anti them or you agree with them, basically it's very interesting to, it's spreading a lot of fear and doubt. The fact that a big guy who predicted crypto to be at 25,000, which is an all-time high, to now say it's at 15,000, yes. 15,000 is still a huge run, and to see a 15,000 Bitcoin, we're probably going to see a $250 Litecoin in the advent that one of those goes up. But the fact that he cut it back down to just a previous high and not an all-time high is definitely an interesting note. It says a key driver for the year end was Bitcoin's break-even point, the level at which mining costs matched the trading price. Bitcoin broke below the psychologically important 6,000. This has led to a renewed wave of pessimism, says Lee, but we believe the negative swing in sentiment is much worse than fundamental implications. So the fact, though, that he did start at 25 and retracted it to 15, taking 10 grand off of his final year-end target, is huge. To me, that's pretty concerning, and it is going to spread a lot of doubt and uncertainty. So definitely, I did want to show you guys this. I don't want to sugarcoat it. I'm not trying to mislead you guys, but unfortunately I do have to talk about this. This is something that is current. It is a news article that is afloat, and I do have to discuss it and show you guys that. Otherwise, he's just talking about the price pretty much. He says much of that price movement was driven by crypto-specific events. The contentious argument over Bitcoin Cash, he said. This week, the crypto community spared on Twitter over what's known as a hard fork for Bitcoin Cash. The digital currency split into 2 versions. ABC and SV, short for Satoshi's vision. Bitcoin Cash itself is a result of the fork from Bitcoin after a disagreement on the best way to scale the digital currency. So that's what they're saying, and we're pretty much going to go with that as for why we saw that massive fall. Otherwise, looking at Litecoin, as you guys can see, it seems like we are still oversold, retracing back down much lower. Currently at around 41.58, and we still are heading to around $40, $39.90, $40 even. That does seem to be our previous support, and I don't think we're going to be going much lower than this due to the fact that we are extremely oversold on the daily right here. So I think this is about the farthest we're going to head to. I do think we're going to trade out a little bit, and then we're going to start retracing back up. I wouldn't be surprised if on the 4 hour we are oversold. Let's check that out. Yep, and as you guys can see, we are still below our high-low middle moving average. Extremely oversold on the 4 hour, and it seems like we're just going to be consolidating out. I do think a retracement, a correction from this price is definitely a missed. It's going to happen. Still very good buying opportunities, I'd like to say. I do think we're going to head back up to $49 fairly soon. I do think that is a good profit margin. An $8 per coin price is a huge profit, something you could definitely make a nice little bit of cash off of. Otherwise, let's check out Bitcoin. As you guys can see, we're looking at Bitcoin on the weekly, still heading fairly low. You can see on the high-low MMA on the weekly, only at 39, so plenty of potential to head lower. Moving on to the daily, you can see, again, still trading fairly low. Not yet at previous lows compared to what we were at the day prior. But again, I do have a support at 4,600 if in case we do break lower. I don't think we will. I truly don't think we will. I think these are very good buying opportunities. I think we're in a very good position to, move up. As you guys have noticed, we are literally trading at 14 or 15 on the relative strength index. No, let's go 16.5. Extremely oversold on the daily. That is not something that is sustainable. We're definitely going to see higher prices than this. 5,400 is probably the lowest we're going to see it. I wouldn't be surprised if we see $5,800 in the next couple of days. We're definitely going to move up, and you can mark my word on that. We are extremely oversold. I don't think it has enough potential to move lower. Definitely possible, but I don't think it is. Predictably, I do think it's going to retrace back up. I do think we're going to get above 5,800 fairly quick. So do be patient with that. It is a very good buying opportunity at prices this low. I do think we're going to head up from that. Interesting enough, speaking off of that, Ethereum has now touched bases back down to 169.80 with its previous support right here. You can see I drew on its 4 hour a huge support. As you can see, if I zoom out, should hopefully be able to see, here you go, what I'm referring to. The previous dip this had brought the coin back down to 170, and you see it had a massive spike back upwards. So I do think this is a very strong support. Yes, we are, again, still oversold, so I think a lot of these coins are going to move in the opposite direction. I think this could potentially be the last day we see red for a couple of days. I think we're going to enter a very green market tomorrow and the next, and then I do think we're going to consolidate out and start to move up because of how oversold we are on all these coins. Now, on that note, XLM Stellar is making a very odd play right now. So you can see when I zoom in on the daily, oddly enough, it had a lot of resistance at its 0.4 on the Elliott wave, and you can see it fell quite a bit from that. The interesting note is we're right back up at it, targeting it again. Do I think it's going to break? No. You can see twice we have retested being overbought. Have not yet been able to enter it, but I don't think it's going to hold. You can see there's a lot of resistance here on these candles, forcing the candle back down. And I do think we're going to come back down and test our high-low MMA. So prices down here in this level for XLM compared to Bitcoin, so the prices are very long, 0.00003752 for you guys if you were interested. I do think it's going to pull back down to its high-low MMA. This is Stellar Lumens to Bitcoin on Binance. We're looking at the daily. I think a pullback back down to here using its high-low MMA as an indicator is definitely in the forecast. I don't think this is sustainable at all, and I think a pullback to much lower positions is ahead. Otherwise, that is going to sum up today's episode. Hopefully you guys liked a different version to this episode. Hopefully you saw my poll that I posted. I got new community guidelines. I believe YouTube allowed me, or they gave me that option now. Finally, I believe you're supposed to get it when you reached 10,000 subscribers, but they seemed to have made an exception for me, so I do appreciate them for that. And we will take good use of that. Otherwise, I will see you guys in tomorrow's episode. Peace.